In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we have a new lesson for first secondary stage, second semester, English subject, live for C4D. This lesson is prepared by Mrs. Amina Madkhali and presented by Muhammad Al-Athaymin. Today we will practice making and decoding short notes. Practice expressions with make and do. Practice future will have to, and will be able to. Then we will practice to and enough. And finally, we will practice relative clauses who, which, that, and where. Try this. Tongue twisters. Try to say these words. A teddy tiger tied a tighter tie to Teddy Hair tiny tail. Try to say it. A teddy tiger tied tighter tie to Teddy Hair tiny tail. Rewrite the notes and messages by expanding them into full sentences. We have this note. This is a message. I want you to rewrite it here. Write the full form. It was GR8. It means great. CING. Seeing you tonight. Tonight. Thanks for present. So this is in a short form. Write it in full form. I'll help you. It was great seeing you. Continue. It was great seeing you tonight. Thanks for the present. Here we have a note. Out to lunch. Be back in 15 minutes. What can you say here? I'm out for lunch. I'll be back in 15 minutes. Now the opposite. Turn the message below into a short note. Dear Sammy, I've gone to the city center to buy a present. Khalid called you and he wants you to call him back as soon as possible. Umar. What can you say here? Sammy, so he dropped dear, gone to the city center to buy present. Khalid called, call him as soon as possible. EASAP. Umar. Now, look at the pictures and read the sentences. Write the sentences using to or enough and the words given. Here we have narrow. Peter can't drive his car in that street. Narrow. It what? It is too narrow. Number 2. The secretary can't make photocopies. Paper. There isn't enough paper. Number 3. Jack can't carry the box. Heavy. It what? It is too heavy. Now time for reading. A quick note. Read the text and answer the questions. The pigeon post. Here we will have this text, then we will have questions to answer about this text. Nowadays, we have the internet and the telephone, so we are able to communicate with people instantly, no matter how far away they are. But it wasn't always this easy. In the past, people had other ways of getting their message across. For example, some used people, known as messengers, while others used animals. One of the most common ways was to use carrier pigeons. Many people don't know it, but carrier pigeons were the first animal system in the world. You can write a message on a piece of paper, put it in a small tube, and attach it to the pigeon's leg. The pigeons can take the message anywhere and then fly back with a reply. They can fly great distance without getting tired. Also, they can travel day and night and always find their way back home. The Arabs started using pigeon messengers about 1,000 years ago through the medieval times. As the Arabs were extremely skilled at traveling pigeons, the birds travel amazing distances to carry messages from the Middle East to North Africa. The ancient Egyptians used this kind of communication over 3,000 years ago to deliver important news. Later on, Greeks used the birds to carry news of Olympic Games, such as the names of winning athletes, to different parts of the country. The Romans and many others sent military information using pigeons. In modern times, people used carrier pigeons for various reasons too. During the Franco-Prussian War, 1870-1871, when Paris was under attack, carrier pigeons helped to send messages to and from the city. During the First World War and the Second World War, some pigeons even got medals because they saved lives. In the 20th century, they used carrier pigeons in some places in India to send messages with news of natural disasters. Now, read the text and answer the questions. We have read the text. Let's try to answer these questions. How did people send messages in the past? In the past, people were using what? Animals and people. So they used people or animals. Number 2, what part of carrier pigeon's body carries the message? Did they put the message on the wings, legs, head, or what? Of course, on their legs. Number 3, who were the first people to use carrier pigeons? They were the ancient Egyptians and Persians. Number 4, why did people use carrier pigeons in ancient Greece? For Olympic Games, to carry news of the Olympic Games to the different parts of the country. Number 5, in which city did they use carrier pigeons during the Franco-Prussian War? The answer is in Paris. Number 6, when did they award carrier pigeons for their work? During the First World War and the Second World War. Now, complete the text with the words in the box. There are 2 extra words which you do not need to use. When I started university, I wasn't always able to go to the library to do my research. So I decided to buy a laptop because it would be very what? We should choose one of these words. We have wireless, enter, press, useful, headphones, button, downloaded, installed, turned. For me, it would be very useful for me. The laptop I bought came with free what? Free headphone. And I also got a internet connection, a wireless internet connection. The day I bought it, my friend Dan came to my house and installed the least antivirus program. I wanted my laptop to be safe. We also downloaded some programs he suggested. The next morning I was ready for action. I blank on the laptop and I was really excited. I turned on the laptop and I was really excited until I had to enter my password. I couldn't remember it. B. Choose A, B, or C. Here we have the choices and the text here. My husband owns a shop which, who, or where has all kinds of appliances. Of course, the answer which, because it is not a person and not a place. The people blank go there usually. That, where, which. The people that go there usually buy presents for their friends and family because everything is unusual and funny. I got a Hoover who, which, where looks like an elephant. I got a Hoover, not a person, not a place, so we can say which looks like an elephant for my mother and she loves it. I'm pretty sure that my husband's shop is a place everyone can find. Is a place where everyone can find the perfect present for someone. Blank has a good sense of humor. Someone who has a good sense of humor. There is even a coffee maker. Screams. Which screams. Wake up. The coffee is ready. I'm thinking of getting it for my husband because he is the kind of person, number 7, that can't wake up early in the morning. Now we come to the last exercise. What an idea! C. Match the two halves of the sentences. Then join them with who, which, that, or where to make sentences. If the relative pronoun can be omitted, put it in brackets. Number 1. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is a book. People stay, shows, tourists around places such as museums. Always tell us truth. I read last night. Yes, this is suitable. So the answer is D. What relative pronoun can we put here? Who, which, that, or where? We can say either which or that. And we put them in brackets because they can be omitted. Number 2, digital photo frame is a picture frame. Can we say shows photos without using a computer? Yes, so the answer is G. And what relative pronoun can we use? We can say either which or that. Number 3, a tour guide is a person shows tourists around places such as museum. So a person, who, or that. Number 4, campsite is a place. Is a place what? People stay in tents during their holidays is a place where. Number 5, a flight attendant is the person always tells the truth. People do underwater take care of the passengers on the plane? Yes. So the answer is F. And you can say who or that. Number 6, scuba diving is a sport. Always tells the truth. People do underwater? Yes, is a sport. So the answer is E. And we can write here which or that people do underwater. Number 7, a college is a place. Always tells the truth, or students study after they have finished school. Of course, the answer is H. And the relative pronoun is where. And finally, 8, an honest man is a person who or that always tells the truth. Okay, this is the summary of today's lesson. Today we practiced making and decoding short notes, practice expressions with make and do, practice future will have to, and will be able to, practice to and enough, practice relative clauses who, which, that, and where, and finally we practiced computer related vocabulary. These are our references and resources. For more information and lesson, you can visit our website, contact our Twitter account, or call on our free phone. Thank you for listening. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.